AMD's story right now reads like a tech startup that learned how to build industrial machines. The data center business is booming, both in AI accelerators and server CPUs, while Ryzen and gaming continue to put up muscular year-over-year growth. But it's not all sunshine. Hyperscalers building custom chips and a fierce competitive landscape keep AMD on its toes. Data center, the rocket engine, with a few turbulence warnings. If the semiconductor industry were an orchestra, AMD's data center group would be the percussion section suddenly getting more solos. AMD's recent quarters show robust growth in both server CPUs, EPYC, and AI accelerators, Instinct family, with management pointing to rising demand for MI350 class accelerators and continued EPYC share gains in cloud and enterprise. Those two product lines feed one another. EPYC CPUs handle general compute and host workloads. Instinct accelerators take the heavy lifting for large language models and other AI workloads. Together they let AMD sell full nodes to cloud providers and enterprise customers, which is exactly what people pay premiums for today. A growing number of hyperscalers and big AI clients are engineering custom chips and systems, from proprietary accelerators to whole system stacks. That trend reduces the addressable market for standardized accelerators and forces AMD to compete not only on raw silicon but on software, integration, and total cost of ownership. In short, AMD has great hardware, but customers increasingly ask for whole system solutions or in-house silicon, and that complicates the sell. Clients and gaming, Ryzen still flexing. AMD's client and gaming segment has been firing on all cylinders. Ryzen desktop and laptop CPUs keep stealing share from incumbents with better price/performance and strong OEM momentum. Console and GPU demand also help the gaming top line. The result: impressive year-over-year revenue growth in the client and gaming buckets, driven by both consumer upgrades and refreshed enterprise notebook deployments. That sustained traction is important because it diversifies AMD's revenue away from a single market, data center, and strengthens brand halo effects for server customers evaluating AMD as a full-stack partner. Imagine Ryzen as the indie rock band that started in basements and is now headlining outdoor festivals. The fans, OEMs and gamers, show up and bring merch, revenues, with them. Embedded, the cyclical sleeper. Embedded has been a bit seasonal. Think of it as the components business that follows industrial cycles, auto, industrial, telecom, and inventory rhythms. AMD's embedded revenue dipped modestly year-over-year in the most recent quarter, reflecting pockets of softness and inventory digestion in some industrial customers. But the narrative is recovery-ready. Product refresh cycles and renewed industrial spending usually bring embedded back into growth, and AMD's portfolio is well placed to benefit when that happens. In plain language, embedded is cyclical, not broken. By the way, if you are benefiting from the content so far and want more like this, like the video, it means much to me. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications bell, and comment the word more. Just go ahead and type the word more so I know. Now that you have commented, let's continue. Valuation, fairly valued, and what that means. A recent analysis pegged a base case fair value of $163.95 for AMD. A number that essentially says, AMD's growth and prospects are priced in, and upside now depends on margin expansion, data center share gains, and successful product ramps. That fair value estimate comes from a model that folds in current revenues, growth expectations, and discount rates. It's the analyst community translating AMD's operational story into a dollar figure. If you like narratives, the takeaway is, AMD's path to meaningful upside from here requires execution. MI350 adoption, EPYC expansion, and software ecosystem wins, which is where the Cohere tie-up becomes interesting. Cohere, the software duet that could turn hardware into a service. This is the news that actually makes boardroom coffee taste different. AMD and Cohere expanded their collaboration so Cohere customers can run Cohere's models, Command A Translate, Command A Vision, and North, on AMD Instinct GPU infrastructure. AMD also announced it's integrating Cohere's North platform into its internal enterprise AI portfolio. Translation: AMD is moving up the value stack from Sell fastest silicon. 2. Sell certified silicon plus enterprise AI software stack, which helps close deals where customers want buyer accountability and an integrated solution. Why that matters: enterprise customers and sovereign deployments increasingly want pre-tested, auditable stacks, hardware plus models plus deployment tools plus compliance. Cohere brings trusted large language models, and North is their secure, on-prem/sovereign-ready platform. AMD brings the Instinct accelerators and server CPUs. Put them together and you get a one-stop enterprise AI box that's easier to sell to governments and regulated industries than a raw GPU and a slide deck. How Cohere plus AMD actually soars AMD, the mechanics. Here's the practical flywheel. Faster procurement wins. Customers prefer buying integrated solutions where performance, footprint, and compliance are known. AMD plus Cohere means fewer integration headaches and a stronger procurement case versus a build-it-yourself stack. Higher utilization of AMD hardware. When Cohere models are validated on Instinct, customers are more likely to deploy sustained clusters, lifting utilization and recurring revenue for AMD channel partners and system integrators. Stickier enterprise relationships. Software plus models equals recurring support, licensing, and managed services. This converts one-time silicon sales into longer-term engagements. Differentiation versus pure-play silicon vendors. AMD can compete not just on flops/what but on how quickly does this run your model, securely, in your data center? That's a sales conversation that resonates with CFOs and CISOs, especially for sovereign or regulated customers. Imagine a bank wants to run a generative AI assistant for customer service but can't put data on public clouds. The bank can either hire an integrator to stitch GPUs, model licenses, and compliance together, slow, risky, or buy a tested AMD plus Cohere solution that's been benchmarked and hardened. The second option reduces time to value and legal headaches, and AMD sells more boxes. With such partnerships, AMD could hit $1,375 in coming years. Note this as well. But love your enemies, and do good, and lend, hoping for nothing again, and your reward shall be great, and ye shall be the children of the highest, for he is kind unto the unthankful and to the evil. Be ye therefore merciful, as your Father also is merciful. Luke 6:35-36. If we fully obey the Lord, the Creator of heaven and earth, and carefully follow all His commandments, He has promised to set us high above all the nations of the earth. Deuteronomy 28. We shall be blessed when we come in and when we go out. I appeal to you to accept God and let Him be your guide, for He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Deuteronomy 31 verse 8. Want more information? Please check the description section. That's the end for now. If you have watched until the end, drop a comment like this: I stayed until the end. Just comment that I stayed until the end. When I see this comment, I will give you a heart. 3 more favors I request from you. First, like this video, subscribe and then turn on the notifications bell. If you do this, you greatly encourage me to continue bringing to you insightful content. Do not miss out on our future videos full of insight. All I am asking is your subscription. Thanks for joining us today. Your support means so much to us. Do not hesitate to share this video to help someone who may benefit. I recommend that you watch the next video, subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts about today's video. Wish you God's blessings and care. Faith and prayer will do what no power on earth can accomplish. See you in the next video by God's mercy.